Deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, is a molecule composed of two polynucleotide chains that coil around to form a double helix that carries the genetic information for the development and reproduction of all organisms. The leading strand is a strand that is replicated in the 3' to 5' direction during DNA replication. The lagging strand is a strand that is replicated in the 5' to 3' direction. In step 1, the topoisomerase unwinds the double helix in order for replication to take place. This results in 2 straight strands of DNA. After this, the helicase comes in and separates 2 DNA strands through the nucleotide base pair bonds that hold them together in the 5' to 3' direction, allowing each strand to be copied.
The origin of replication is a sequence that initiates DNA replication on a chromosome. Larger DNAs have more than one origin of replication, since it would take too long for the replication process if there was only one point of origin. The single-stranded binding proteins hold this replication bubble open and prevent the 2 strands from combining again. In the second step, the primase comes in and lays down an RNA primer onto the DNA strand. After this is completed, the DNA polymerase III starts laying down DNA according to the complementary base pairs. It only lays down in the 5' to 3' direction. Then, DNA polymerase I comes in and replaces the RNA primer laid down by the primase with DNA.
When duplicating the lagging strand, the DNA polymerase III works away from the movement of the replication fork, since it has to work in the 5' to 3' direction. This leaves fragments of replicated DNA on the lagging strand, which are called Okazaki fragments. In the next step, the ligase glues the replicated Okazaki fragments together. Semi-conservative replication describes the mechanism of DNA replication in all known cells. In the semi-conservative model, the parental strands are the template for the synthesis of DNA. The 2 parental strands make a copy of themselves during DNA replication. And after this first cycle of replication, the 2 daughter molecules are composed of one original parental strand and one replicated one. Thank you so much for listening.